Imagine flipping a switch and instantly light fills the room. You plug in your phone and it starts charging. Press your computer's power button and a world of information wakes up. Electricity is everywhere, powering our daily lives in ways we often take for granted. But have you ever wondered what's really happening behind the scenes? Today we're going to unravel the mysteries of electricity, exploring how it works and why it's so essential to modern life. Let's embark on this electrifying journey together, starting from the very basics and building up to the wonders of our powered world. Before we dive in, let's pause and ask, what exactly is electricity? Where does it come from? And how does it travel invisibly through wires to power everything around us? These questions might seem simple, but their answers reveal a world of fascinating science and engineering. By the end of this video, you'll understand not just what electricity is, but how it's generated, controlled, and delivered to every corner of our lives. So let's start at the very beginning and build our understanding step by step. Everything you see around you, your chair, your phone, your body, even the air, is made of atoms. Atoms are the incredibly small building blocks of all matter. They're so tiny that millions could fit on the tip of a pin. But inside each atom, there's a whole world of activity. Understanding atoms is the first step to understanding electricity, because the secret to electrical power lies deep within these microscopic structures. Let's take a closer look at what makes up an atom. Atoms are made up of three main particles: protons, neutrons, and electrons. Protons carry a positive charge, electrons carry a negative charge, and neutrons have no charge at all. These particles are arranged in a specific way. Protons and neutrons cluster together in the center, forming the nucleus, while electrons orbit around the nucleus. This structure is crucial because the movement of electrons is what gives rise to electricity. Let's explore how these tiny particles interact. Electrons are not fixed tightly in place. In many materials, especially metals like copper, some electrons can move freely from one atom to another. This ability to move is what makes metals such good conductors of electricity. When electrons move, they create an electric current. So electricity is simply the flow of these moving electrons. It's amazing to think that the energy powering your devices comes from the movement of particles too small to see. But what is electricity? At its core, electricity is the movement of tiny charged particles called electrons. When these electrons flow through a material, we get an electric current. This current can be harnessed to do work, lighting a bulb, charging a phone, or running a computer. The concept is simple, but the implications are huge. Understanding this basic definition sets the stage for everything else we'll explore about electricity. How do we actually get electrons to move? Think of electrons like water inside a pipe. If the water is just sitting still, nothing happens. But if you apply pressure, like turning on a pump, the water starts flowing. In the world of electricity, that pressure is called voltage. Voltage is what pushes electrons through a wire, making them move and creating an electric current. Voltage is the force that pushes electrons through a wire. Without voltage, electrons would stay put and no current would flow. It's like the pressure in a water system. The higher the pressure, the more water flows. In electrical systems, higher voltage means more electrons are pushed through the circuit, delivering more energy to devices. Voltage is measured in volts, and it's a key part of how electricity works. Current is the actual flow of electrons through a wire. It's measured in amperes, or amps for short. The more electrons that move, the higher the current. Think of it like the amount of water flowing through a pipe. A trickle is a low current, while a rushing stream is a high current. Current is what actually delivers energy to your devices, making them work. Resistance is anything that slows down the flow of electrons. It's like narrowing the pipe in our water analogy. The narrower the pipe, the harder it is for water to flow. In electrical terms, resistance is measured in ohms. Materials like rubber and plastic have high resistance and don't let electrons move easily, while metals like copper have low resistance and are great conductors. Resistance is essential for controlling how much current flows in a circuit. Understand how voltage, current, and resistance work together. Imagine a simple water system. Voltage is like water pressure, current is the flow of water, and resistance is how narrow the pipe is. High pressure pushes more water through, while a narrow pipe reduces the flow. This analogy helps us visualize how electricity moves through wires and how different factors affect its movement. Not all materials allow electrons to move freely. Conductors like copper and aluminum have electrons that can move easily, making them perfect for wires and circuits. Insulators like rubber and glass hold onto their electrons tightly, preventing the flow of electricity. Understanding the difference between conductors and insulators is key to designing safe and efficient electrical systems. But where does the electricity in your home come from? Most of it is generated at power plants. These massive facilities use different sources like coal, natural gas, nuclear energy, or renewables like wind and solar to spin turbines. The spinning turbines turn generators, which use magnets and coils of wire to create electricity. This process is called electromagnetic induction, and it's the backbone of modern power generation. Once electricity is generated, it needs to travel long distances to reach homes and businesses. This journey happens through a vast network called the electrical grid. High-voltage transmission lines carry electricity across cities and countryside, and transformers step down the voltage so it's safe to use in your home. This system ensures that electricity is available whenever and wherever you need it. The electrical grid is one of the most complex and important systems in the world. It connects power plants, transmission lines, substations, and homes in a vast web. Managing this grid requires careful coordination to balance supply and demand, prevent outages, and keep everything running smoothly. The grid is a marvel of engineering, quietly working behind the scenes to power our lives. Today, more and more electricity comes from renewable sources like wind, solar, and hydroelectric power. These sources harness natural forces to generate electricity without burning fossil fuels. Solar panels capture sunlight, wind turbines spin in the breeze, and dams use flowing water to turn turbines. Renewables are helping to create a cleaner, more sustainable future for electricity. Electricity is everywhere in our daily lives. It lights our homes, powers our appliances, charges our devices, and keeps us connected to the world. From the moment you wake up to the time you go to sleep, electricity is working behind the scenes to make life easier and more comfortable. It's easy to forget just how much we rely on this invisible force. Electricity is incredibly useful. It can also be dangerous if not handled properly. That's why electrical systems are designed with safety in mind. Insulated wires, circuit breakers, and grounding systems all help protect us from shocks and fires. Understanding the basics of electrical safety is essential for everyone, whether you're plugging in a lamp or working on a major project. Electricity is measured in several ways. Voltage is measured in volts, current in amperes, amps, and resistance in ohms. Power, the rate at which electricity does work, is measured in watts. These measurements help engineers design safe and efficient systems, and they help us understand how much energy we're using at home or at work. Electricity travels along specific paths called circuits. A circuit is simply a closed loop that allows electrons to flow from a power source through wires and devices and back again. Circuits can be simple, like a flashlight, or incredibly complex, like the wiring in a skyscraper. Understanding circuits is key to understanding how electricity is controlled and used. Switches are simple devices that control the flow of electricity in a circuit. When you flip a switch, you either complete the circuit and let electrons flow or break the circuit and stop the flow. This basic principle is behind everything from light switches to complex computer systems. Switches give us control over when and how electricity is used. Batteries store electrical energy and release it when needed. Inside a battery, chemical reactions create a flow of electrons from one terminal to another, providing portable power for everything from flashlights to smartphones. Batteries have revolutionized the way we use electricity, making it possible to take energy with us wherever we go. There are two main types of electric current: direct current DC and alternating current AC. DC flows in one direction, like the power from a battery. AC changes direction many times per second, like the electricity from a wall outlet. Most homes and businesses use AC because it's easier to transmit over long distances. Transformers are devices that change the voltage of electricity. They can step voltage up for efficient transmission over long distances, or step it down for safe use in homes and businesses. Transformers are a crucial part of the electrical grid, ensuring that electricity is delivered safely and efficiently wherever it's needed. Fuses and circuit breakers are safety devices that protect electrical circuits from overloads. If too much current flows, a fuse will melt or a breaker will trip, stopping the flow of electricity and preventing damage or fire. These devices are essential for keeping homes and businesses safe from electrical hazards. Static electricity is a different kind of electrical phenomenon. It happens when electrons build up on the surface of an object and then suddenly jump to another object, creating a spark. You've probably felt static electricity when touching a doorknob after walking on carpet. While it's not the same as the electricity that powers your home, it's a fascinating example of how electrons behave. Lightning is one of the most dramatic displays of electricity in nature. It's caused by the buildup and sudden release of static electricity in clouds. When the difference in charge becomes great enough, electrons leap through the air, creating a powerful bolt of lightning. This natural phenomenon reminds us of the immense power and potential of electricity. Electricity and magnetism are closely related. Moving electric charges create magnetic fields, and changing magnetic fields can generate electric currents. This relationship is the basis for many technologies, from electric motors to generators. Understanding how electricity and magnetism interact opens the door to a world of innovation. As technology advances, our use of electricity continues to evolve. Smart grids, renewable energy, and new storage technologies are transforming the way we generate, distribute, and use electricity. The future promises even more efficient, sustainable, and innovative ways to power our world. Staying informed about these changes helps us make better choices for ourselves and the planet. We've journeyed from the tiniest particles inside atoms to the massive power plants lighting entire cities. Electricity is the invisible force that powers our world, connecting us, driving progress, and shaping our future. By understanding how it works, we gain a deeper appreciation for the technology and science that make modern life possible. Next time you flip a switch or charge your phone, remember the incredible journey of electrons that makes it all happen.